Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are just about to form the Kingdom of Norway. All we really need right now is the gold. So what can we do about that? I mean, apparently we can vassalize this guy. What? Who is this? This guy. I'm actually surprised. Why is he so happy at us? I guess just the raiding malice has dropped off? Okay. Sure. We'll offer him vassalage. Do it. So that means that we're incredibly close to having every de jure county in Norway, right? There's one up here. There's this one that we're actively sieging. And then there's these two. Okay, cool. That's pretty good. Pretty good. So, of course, we are currently on wealth focus. And we're going to grab golden obligations into It Is My Domain as quickly as possible. And this is our player heir. He has 26. He has a... Oh, he's Midas touched. I didn't expect that. But cool. That is exactly what we want. We want stewardship, educations right now. Yes, prestige is valuable, but we can convert gold into prestige. Always keep that in mind. So we want to educate this guy. And we don't want to educate him ourselves. We want our son to educate him. Actually, our wife is also Midas touched. But it doesn't really matter. We'll have our son educate him. There we go. Beautiful. And we definitely don't want him to be on diplomacy education. We're going to put him on stewardship. That is exactly what we want. So that's great. This siege will wrap up soon. Grand halls are finishing up. That's really good for our prestige. So this is only a level 1 Grand Hall. Right. This one will finish up, so that's an additional quarter point of prestige per month. That's good. We do need it. We've overbuilt our men-at-arms a little bit. But we're going to be okay. That's mostly just putting a timer on our wars, which is fine. So we're at 198 gold. We need like 50 more. This is an interesting choice. An interesting choice indeed. We're not even going to bother bringing these guys in. The reason is I don't want to risk losing some of these guys and having to pay the prestige to reinforce them. So we're just going to win this, no problem. And we're going to wrap up this siege in 5 months. So in that time, we're going to get like 30 more gold. Not bad. We're actually doing really well on our monthly income right now. Keep in mind, we're even paying 2.6 gold per month for our raised armies. Like, that's really good. For this stage of the game, yeah, that's amazing. We're very happy about that. So 3 months left on this siege. He's coming in again. Okay, sure. They've delayed it a fair number of times by doing this, but that's fine. We're not really going to do anything about that at this moment. We are working on regenerating levies, and that is fairly important for us right now. Our levies are not great. Now, we could attack Sweden. We are definitely stronger than Sweden. However, our prestige is a concern at this moment. Once we become a king, that will be a much lesser concern, because if we look at our prestige breakdown here, we're getting some prestige from held duchies and held counties. Held kingdoms will be a big boon for us. There we go. War is over. We got 15 gold from that loot. We will enforce these demands. And we will disband our troops. We, of course, need to hand this title out, and we will definitely do that. Now, do we want to go after this guy instantly? He's currently raiding in France. He's got some gold here. We're going to raise up raiders. We're going to go take this gold. Form the kingdom. And he might actually be willing to be vassalized. He currently wouldn't. But he might actually be willing to be vassalized once we form the kingdom, because we'll be his de jure liege. So we'll see if that's something he's willing to do. No, we're not going to spend gold on that. Now, we can create the kingdom instantly. I'm not going to do that until after this raid is over. And the reason for that isn't a great reason. It's mostly just because I don't want to. Let's finish up the raid and then make the kingdom. So that'll be fine. We're plus 1.4 prestige right now with these guys raised as raiders. And let's head back to our own territory. Let's get out of here. That's going to net us a good amount of gold and prestige. And we're going to create the kingdom title, Kingdom of Norway. This is incredibly important. So we're going to disband this army. We create the kingdom title. 400 prestige gained from that. We are now a mighty king. And yeah, instantly we can vassalize this guy. That's what I expected. So we're going to offer vassalage. Boom. Look at that. We couldn't do it before because he had a duchy rank realm. So that's great. Oh, this is this bug again. There we go. Now I can pan again. Perfect. This is going to go away in a bit. Okay, so that's great. We can make these duchies if we wanted to. We've got 482 prestige right now. And we can ransom this person for 100 gold. We're definitely doing that. Okay, so at this point, we face an option. And that option is, I think, something that we're going to take. But this is going to be interesting. So, we need to wait to do this for at least a little while. Here's the idea. We currently have a max of around 7,300 troops, right? Sweden can't stand up to that. We can take Sweden. So the idea would be that we do a subjugation war. Now, we've already waged a subjugation war in this lifetime. This would be a next lifetime thing. This is why I say this is not a right now thing. But that's definitely something that's interesting. Now that we have all of this and our prestige is going to be better once we, yeah, that plus 0.8 per month. That's a big deal. This is going to be a lot better once we get our men-at-arms reinforced. I think for now, what we're going to do, we need to be farming up prestige at this moment. I want to build... I want to check all of these locations, actually. Yes. I want to upgrade this to a gathering hall. Then I want to commission an epic eventually. We're going to need to wait for some gold on that, I think. 38 gold and 5 gold for the feast and the hunt, respectively. That's fine. But we need to keep in mind, attacking up here, this is going to cost us prestige. This is not going to cost us faith, the way that attacking over here did, or rather piety. So that's good to know. If we look at our de jure kingdom, this is all part of the same de jure kingdom. So these guys are de jure our vassals over here. He's currently at war. Okay. Now, these guys would not accept because their realm is remote from ours. So we're pretty much going to have to conquer them. Are they the correct religion to go out this way? Catholic. These two we could go after. Via piety. Interesting. Now, looking at the de jure empire here. This is our target, of course. We want Scandinavia. And after we get Scandinavia, no more and no less, we will start working on reforming our faith, swapping to a different culture, and going pacifist. That's the idea. So, we're not there yet. We've got Norway, but not all of Norway. We're still missing a little bit here. There's this bit of Alba here. We're not going to do a Varangian adventure. What we would be going after would be Orkney up here. Like that. But I think we're not going to declare this just yet. Reason being, I want to get ourselves some... Oh, we just became the culture head. That's convenient. So with us being the culture head, that means that we can now control the innovations. They are working on Onager, as it is right now. Okay. And also Ledger is being fascinated. So Onager is being exposed. Ledger is being fascinated. This domain limit increase is not terrible. But ultimately, I think Mott's is better. So we're going to go for that for right now. Secure the High Kingdom of the North Sea. My tribal vassals change to feudalism. Changes our government type to feudal. Without a reformation? Without a religious reformation. Because if you adopt feudal ways, you have to organize your faith. High King of the Seas. Okay. All tribal vassals would also change to feudalism. And the North Sea Empire would become the de jure liege of all of these things. Huh. The de jure liege of England, Denmark, and Norway. So, if we look at kingdom titles, England, Denmark, and Norway. No, I think that we're going to still go for Scandinavia as our empire title, because part of our plan is to reform our religion from warmonger, right? So I think that is going to be the best bet there. We're going to not do that for the moment. Now, I am definitely interested in upgrading our markets. We need city planning for that, which we don't yet have. And yeah, we could establish a new tradition. Actually, we do have a tradition available here. That is a lot of prestige. Okay, so we're not going to do that immediately. That's pretty good if you've got the correct... if you've got the correct tile types. What do we have over here? We've got plains, and we've got forests, and we've got hills. Plains down here. Down here is where we're most interested, right? So we've got taiga, 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 and taiga. And then down here we've got plains, plains, plains. Yeah, this is pretty much all plains and taiga. So it wouldn't be particularly useful for us to become agrarian. I think Castle Keepers is not particularly useful. Desert and drylands, not useful for us either. What would we be interested in? Fervent temple builders is kind of funny. Forest and taiga is not bad. Forest folk might be good. Hills. Jungle. Definitely not jungle. Wetlanders. Pastoralists. Yeah, I think we would probably go for the taiga bonus. Because, I mean, we have a lot of taiga. Like, a lot of taiga. That's probably what we would go for. But right now, we can't really get away with targeting that. Now, we would love to get rank 2 trading outposts. Right now, that's not really a great option because we don't have the tech for it. We'd also like to get the rank 1 market over here. Do we want to go for... We required what? City planning? City planning innovation. Yeah. So we required city planning, which is this one. Okay. You know what? We're going to go for that, actually, instead of mods. There we go. So we'll chill there for the moment, and we do want to go after the guys out over here, but all of... Well, there's this guy here. This is Catholic. These two we can go after and spend piety on. So I think we're going to do that. That will cost us some money to embark, but of course, because we are Norse, we have access to longships, reducing embarkation cost by 75%. So that's fine. We will go ahead and declare on this gentleman, I think. And we're just going to do a county conquer. Now we can hold this ourselves, and we probably will. Keep in mind, we're going to be moving our capital once we take over Sweden and Denmark. Our capital is going to be here, which is the de jure capital of Scandinavia. So that's going to be our target there. If we look at the duchies, this will be our primary duchy. There's only 3 holdings, or rather 3 counties in this duchy, which is not great. This will be our secondary duchy here, and that kind of makes up for it. So that's going to be the overall plan there. Of course, we're at war right now, and we should probably do something about that. So we're going to rally our troops right here. We're going to raise up our troops, and they are going to immediately come out over this way. Currently, that would cost us nothing to embark, but that's going to go up a little bit as our troops actually raise. 14 gold. Not too bad. And yeah, you can see here we're at minus 2.3 prestige. Okay. So this guy joined in on this conquest. That's fine. Maybe we should have declared on him as well, simultaneously. It's too late now. But it would have been an interesting option, for sure. So in we go. We'll see what happens here. Looks like we're just going to chill here and start a siege until their battle is over. We're just waiting for that. Cool. That looks good to me. Our wife is pregnant. Okay, cool. Now we're fighting these guys. We just inherited a chiefdom. Okay, that's actually fine. Where is it? This one. It does have level 1 longhouses, as is. So that's really not bad. We no longer have a court physician. That's okay for now. So we are fighting this battle. And who exactly is this? That is this person. So we actually got ourselves 227 prestige from that battle. That's a pretty big deal. I would like to upgrade this to a level 2 longhouse to offset our prestige losses a little bit more. And we're going to wrap up this siege fairly soon. That now means that we hand this out, but that's okay. I would rather hold things on the mainland. Of course, I'd rather they be together, but for right now, this'll do. So we have a total of around 8,000 troops now. We're definitely the most powerful in Scandinavia. There's no doubt about it. So that's great. That means that we can go pretty ham. And that's exactly what we're planning on doing. Going just incredibly ham. We can ransom off a few prisoners. They are not contributing to our war score, so that's fine. We will happily take that gold. Next prisoner. There we go. Almost done with this siege. And next prisoner. Perfect. We can call a hunt, and that is something that we will definitely do. Viking adventurers. Interesting. Okay. Well, we're not concerned about them for the moment. Okay. Apparently our pregnant wife came with us on the hunt and is attempting to shoot a deer. But we'll do it instead. She probably shouldn't be on the hunt. But okay. We're going to enforce our demands here. And we're going to disband our troops, of course. This will need to be handed on out. Not to us. We'll just create a new noble. There we go. And next up will be this guy. So we're just going to do another duchy conquer, costing piety. That's perfect. Again, I probably should have declared on both simultaneously. Would have saved some time, but that's okay. In we go. These last two de jure claims over here, these are in fact going to be a little tougher for us to pull off because they're going to cost prestige, which we would like to spend our prestige, if at all possible. We do still need palisades and war camps, And that will increase our power levels. The question is, do we need to increase our power levels? Honestly, the way I would prefer to increase our power levels would be to increase our men-at-arms. We can't currently get away with it, although maybe we could double our Vigmen here, get those up to 200. There we go. We'll do that. Which, by the way, I think we inherited those, but that's fine. So we'll defeat this army over here, no problem. And then that's a stack wipe. He has nowhere to raise troops, so this will be fine. And we just have 6 months until we take the Faroe Islands. Excellent. So we're definitely... Ooh, that's quite a civil war in Denmark. We're definitely going to be declaring on Sweden in our next life when this guy takes over. We're currently 58 and in poor health, so that should be sooner rather than later. And that's completely fine. Our prestige is definitely going to be slightly problematic as we go forward for a little while. But we need to keep in mind when we convert to feudalism, which we are planning on doing eventually. When we convert to feudalism, we are going to be, instead of paying our men-at-arms in prestige, paying them in gold. And that's going to be expensive, no doubt about it. Okay. So this all looks good for the moment. Now, eventually we're going to want to host a feast, but for right now, I think we're going to work on commissioning an epic, but we're likely to get a better result if we have extra money to spend, so maybe we're not going to do that immediately. We captured this guy, and we're just going to enforce those demands. Fantastic. Technically, if I wanted to be most efficient, we probably should have ransomed him back and then ended the war, because we still would have had a 100% war score. Oh well. Okay. So, I mean, we could go after Denmark if we really wanted to. That would be another good subjugation. 750 now, huh? Rules a kingdom. Ah. So yeah, subjugations are now 750. Cool. That'll be fine. So we're waiting at this point for our men-at-arms to finish their regeneration. Once they do that, we are positive in prestige. In fact, we're positive in prestige even before then. It's mostly the Varangian veterans, if we're honest. But those are very powerful. There's no doubt about it. We can still challenge the bloodless over here, or rather the boneless, to a trial by combat. It's still hilarious. Absolutely. Now, we haven't done a kingdom invasion. That's 2,000 prestige. We're probably not going to do that for now. We just got 75 gold due to our spouse, and that's pretty convenient, actually. We may want to invest that in palisades or war camps. Let's see. This is still building its level 2 longhouse. This is still building its level 2 longhouse as well. So I think we're going to go ahead and put war camps into our capital. There we go. So we'll get that underway. We should think about raiding Sweden. Right? Right. Nobody's really been raiding Sweden. And they can't really stop us. So I think that's definitely something that we should think about doing soon. We can get a lot of raiding done down here. Like a whole lot of raiding. 34 from their capital. Ooh. Yeah, we can do a lot here. We're going to see attrition. That's for sure. And I think that's going to be a next episode sort of thing. For now, I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. We have a stewardship perk here, and we're going to grab golden obligations. And I will see you all next time.